Yes, he left the club after the training tomorrow, so we really hope that Piers can play on Saturday.
Does that suggest there's a very good chance that he will be fit if Seny Dieng is heading back?
Yeah, we really hope. He had more really good session now, and there is no pain, there is no problem after all the tests, and he tried to play 11v11, and of course it's long time since he played the last game, but there's no healthy risk, and there's nothing that can, why he should not play the game in Derby.
Is there anything, I can't imagine what this would be, but is there anything that you can do to try and prevent another goalkeeping injury between now and May?
Yeah, it's a good question. We hope we have a little bit more luck in the end of the season, and especially for Piers, that he can keep him fit. He's a very important part of our team, and also for his personally and own development and career, that I really hope that he can keep himself fit.
Apart from Piers, how's the health of the squad otherwise? Is there anything to report going into this game of the weekend?
No, I think everyone will be fit. That was fit to the last game. The only news is that Liam Cooper, he don't need a surgery. So they will try to do it without surgery. So that's mean that we hopefully it'll mean nothing for the season, but with a surgery it will take 3-4 months. Now we hope he can be back after 10-11 weeks or something, so he can use his holiday to train and be fit.
Have players like Liam Cooper and maybe others as well, have they expressed any interest to you that, when the whole situation is sorted with ownership, that they might be minded to be given the opportunity to stay at this football club and be back next year?
For Liam Cooper, he really loved to stay here. He loved to be a part of Sheffield Wednesday. He loved his daily life in Sheffield Wednesday, and he also expressed that he can also see himself as a part of the future for Sheffield Wednesday.
With 11 games to go, how important is it to try and get, at least another win or two between now and the end of the year, to sort of give the fans that winning feeling again?
As I said, after the Southampton game and also before the Southampton game, we are doing everything what we can to finalize this season in the best possible way. We want to come on plus point is a big goal we have, and we want to deliver as many performances as possible where the fans can identify themselves with the performance on the pitch, where they bring all out. We can lose game, but we have to bring all out, and then of course we have a big things about the individual development. Yesterday we had a meeting also about to get an overview for all our young players, and to the next national team break, there'll be test of all the young players in all categories, so we have a clear individual physical plan for all the players for the rest of the season, for the holiday, and so all the young players who will stay here for the next season, they have to be as fit as possible when they are coming back.
I wouldn't expect you to reveal any secrets in terms of how you would like to try and win a game of football, but how do you think Sheffield Wednesday in their current state wins another game in the Championship? What needs to happen in a game, for example, this Saturday, for Wednesday to get 3 points, do you think?
No, Southampton, it was 3 set pieces, but between the boxes and also I think Norwich game, I think Southampton game, the game before Southampton was the Derby. No, was yeah. I think the boys have shown a big mental stability, and I think this to stay in the game. But as we speak about also to the Derby game and also to Southampton, this aggressive way of pressing, but we cannot press for 90 minutes where we are right now. But we want to be very aggressive. And then we train a lot when we are winning the ball, that we use more of all our good pressing situations to play some quicker transition. So one of the big themes we also have in the training session is this intensity to break lines, to give and go, because we need to run quicker, we need to play quicker before we can use our good interception to be more effective on those transitions. And then of course when we get the chances we need to score off more of the chances, and then on the ball it's a little bit the same, that this sidewards is okay, but when we play vertical we need more high intensive run behind, we need more passes with high intensity where the ball speed is bigger, higher, to create more situation where we have not only have one or two, but where we also have 3 and 4 players in speed. And then of course again the number of players in the box, but this is things that is going through all the training we are doing right now, because this is the key to create more, and we need to create more to make more goals.
It's obviously a big week for the club, and the latest stage of the process with administration is going to occur this week. What have admin told you? You know, are they keeping you abreast of everything that is happening at the minute?
The only thing I can say is I know they're working very, very hard to find the best possible solution as quick as possible, because they are exactly as hungry as we are to start the preparation for the rebuild and for how we can start the next step for the next season, of course.
Do you think that when it does come, that there is a day when new owners actually walk through the door with the keys and there is clarity at last on the direction of this football club, how big a day do you think that is going to be for Sheffield Wednesday and everybody who works for Sheffield Wednesday?
I think it will be a massive day for everyone, because then to be in a difficult situation and you don't know what the future will bring, it can be really, really tough, because there's a lot of unsecureness general in life. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of stress in this. But to get a clarity with the new owner, I think it will bring so much energy in, because now people can start to think forward, they get a hope, they get a belief that we start to work forward and not only surviving. So I think it will bring a lot of energy.
And finally, I appreciate this is the last thing that you'll be worried about right now, but I thought you might appreciate a more general topic. It has been revealed today that the Championship is going to change its playoff format, and now you're going to have 8 teams who could potentially win promotion, the 2 at the top and then 6 in the playoffs. Are you a fan of this change or not?
I think the structure as we have now is really, really good, and that the top 6 is that the front 2 and then 4 more. I think it's very, very good to have a chance to go in the Premier League when you start as number 8. I don't know if it's help the system. So I really, really like the structure how it is now.
Thanks for your time, Henrik. All the best this weekend.
Thank you.
Henrik, good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good stuff. Just on the injury theme, how's Jaden doing? There was going to be some testing on his condition.
Who?
Jaden Heskey.
It's going well, and he has trained normally. Yesterday it was reduced 2 days ago, but yesterday he trained normally, so he should be back in the business again.
Involved, good to hear. Where are you at? You mentioned Liam there and potentially getting ready for next season. Are you in any position at all to start to think about which players might be offered contracts, what the roles of certain players might be? Or
I think we all have a big responsibility for this club, and in this big responsibility we have to plan Derby as good as we can, but we also need to look into the future and take a responsibility for how is the squad now around the first team, how is the squad around the under 21, how is the squad around under 18, under 16, and here we had a meeting also yesterday to go through all the players, to how do we see the different players in the future. And so of course this is a very important part of the process right now, to be as good prepared as possible, also to help the new owner to get an overview for how we can make the next step.
And on Liam, clearly he's injured for the rest of the season, but a player of his experience, how are you keeping him integrated? How important is his presence around the place?
No, Liam, of course, he's very important. He came 2 days ago. Yesterday he was here, and it was nice to see him. And I have a meeting with him next week where we'll speak about how we can use the time now, where he not really can do a lot, and how will we integrate him in the daily life, because of course he has to be integrated in a way that can help himself, so he can still train, but also help all our boys in the squad.
Yeah, good stuff. Just to sort of draw a line under conversations around injured players, what's the latest with Dish? Because there was fears of a setback. I think you told George, didn't you, that it wasn't quite as bad as first feared?
No, he has trained too hard, and everything is well, and he trained really, really hard, and I think there's a test again next week or the week after, I can't remember, and then we'll see if he can make the next progression.
Is there any thought to get him on the pitch between now and the end of the season, or is it, rest up and get ready?
It's difficult to say, but he worked really, really hard, and he really, really hope, and we hope that it will be a possibility. But we need to take it step by step.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you ahead of Derby, the opposition fans and how they've interpreted the situation at Wednesday. Some have taken great joy in it. Some have been very respectful. What's been your view of English football and the way that the different fan bases have taken it in different ways? And what have been your abiding memories of maybe both ends of the scale?
I think general when we have had our away games, and then how the other fans have behaved against us, behaved to our fans, it has been amazing, and it showed me how much respect there is around Sheffield Wednesday and our club, and for this situation where we are right now. So amazing support when you're coming around in England, and a big thanks and a big respect, because nobody need to do this, because they all have their own club, but there's this respect also show that yes, we want to win, we want to battle, but we also want to support and want the best for each other.
There is context around the situation between Wednesday and Derby. What sort of reception are you expecting this weekend?
I expect, first of all, it will be a tough game. Derby is on a high level. They are so a physical, strong team, and the front five are so dynamic, and especially in the offensive transition, they are very, very quick, and then they have a very direct play with a lot of physical power. And a lot of crossing, where they are very strong, and then of course they have the set pieces. So we have to handle many phases to play a top game and to get something there.
Okay. looking ahead to the takeover, I'm sure you'll focus on what you can focus on. But at the same time, you'll be taking a big interest in it. I'm not going to ask you for your favourite or anything like that, but what do you want to see from new owners? And I think everyone accepts that this is a big project. What are the priorities from you as the man in the seat, as it were?
First of all, now Chris and his team, I know they are working very, very hard to find the right owner and as quick as possible. And then when they are coming in, what we are really, really looking forward to, then we will have a conversation about the whole situation. And then they will have an idea how they want to build up the club, and then we will speak with them.
On pace, it's good timing, isn't it? He's got some big games coming up with Northern Ireland. How much of a driver has that been? And obviously the World Cup dream and the pinnacle of any footballer's career, I guess. Being a possibility.
Of course, but he has always had a big drive, and he showed that every day when he's injured, when he's not injured, and he has a big smile on his face right now that he can play again. And of course, it's because he can play for us again, but of course it's also because he can play for the national team again, and he really looking forward for both, and I only wish him all the best. It will be big for him.
How much of a feather in the cap would it be for Wednesday? He was obviously reared at Manchester City, but is a product of Wednesday's development in a lot of ways, and for everything that's gone off at the club in the last couple of years, to have a player of at the World Cup finals would be an achievement, wouldn't it?
No, it would be amazing. We have Jan. If P is also going, it will be amazing that a young kid of our own kid. This year we have sold too many of the young kids, but it's also show that it's not only bad what's happened in Sheffield Wednesday. In very difficult environment, we have still made a very good development, and for Piers, he can be a top goalkeeper, and it will make every Sheffield Wednesday fans very proud if they qualify to the World Cup.
And lastly from me, you were at the Bannon charity night on Sunday evening. Apart from just how much of a great night and atmosphere there was, I want to ask you about Harry, Amas and Shay Charles being there, and A, how good it was to see them, and B, what it says for Wednesday and perhaps Baz himself that they took the time to stick around and join that event.
It was, first of all, it was fantastic to see them both again. Again, two strong personality, two really good personality there. Also are really good football players. And it's just another example for two guys who got Sheffield Wednesday into the heart, and got Barry as a friend, and that they are coming back to an evening like this. It's fantastic, and it showed again that Sheffield Wednesday is a special club, and again the human always come first, because if there was no connection, no belonging, then they will never come back to an evening like this. And we have to be proud that they are coming back, and it was nice to see them.
Yeah, great stuff. Henrik, thanks for your time. I'll catch you at the weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
You alright, Henrik? How's things?
Hey, I'm good, Joe.
Good stuff. Just you touched on it a little bit with some of the other guys, but I was looking at the squad list, and I think Wednesday've got about 8 or 9 players who are contracted into next season at this point in time. How big is this summer? Obviously, like you say, you want to prepare for the whoever does take over the club, but when you've got such a small group of players who are actually going to be left over, that it's quite a daunting prospect, isn't it?
It will be a very busy summer. and that's why we have to prepare all what we can prepare. And we can prepare our own players and make our recommendation for what we have to do and why we have to do it. And then we can be so good prepared as possible on the market or in the market as possible. And then we know when the new owner is coming in at what level we are flying in and what we can do in the market. But we have to be as prepared as possible. But of course, when the new owner will take place, then you know under which condition you can do things, and then of course it's much easier to be specific from out to in. But right now we have to control what we can control, and is to be prepared for the players we have right now in the club.
I know that you were sort of allowed to offer professional contracts to Will and obviously Yissa before he left, but with any of the other youngsters, are you still in a position where you can't offer any contracts out?
We can't do anything.
Yeah, because that's obviously really difficult. For you looking at someone like a Jarvis, for instance, who's up this summer, seeing him come in, do so well at senior level, and to just be like, sorry, Jarv, just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's of course it's difficult because more of the young guys really deserve contracts, but we have a situation, and now we are coming back to belonging again. We have a big group of players who really feel they belong to Sheffield Wednesday, and this is an X factor for us, that we have this environment, so they would like to stay here as basic. And we just have to try to do the best we can into the takeovers there, to work as good as we can with every single player and of course with the team, to make so interesting daily life for them as possible. So wow, I'm lucky I can be in Sheffield Wednesday, and I'll also want to be here in the future.
Yeah. Is there sort of a split in your mind now? Obviously, you want to finish the season as strong as you possibly can. But obviously relegation has been confirmed. Is there a little bit of a split for you with some of the younger players to be like, maybe we can use them a bit more because there's less pressure now that mathematically relegation is done?
We had yesterday in the training we had 17 under 21 players in the training squad, and we will integrate them more and more. They have been integrated the whole season. And they will be integrated. But example last week where we have 3 games in a row, it's so tough for the young guys to do it again and again. And we have many of the young guys that is also in a red zone, dark red, also for risk for injuries. So it's a balance to mix young and the more experienced senior players, but many of them will get a lot of game practice the last, how many games? 11 games.
Yeah. One of the players that you have had a look at, I know he's played with the first team for a little bit, trained with the first team, sorry, he was in the squad against Brentford, James Kay. Saw that he's picked up an injury that's going to rule him out for the season. How much of a blow is that for him? Because I know that he's one of the young players that is highly regarded at the club. He's a strong person, and he's a really good player, and he has grown so much to train with us. And of course, it's very difficult when you are so young. But his skills to be in something that is difficult and just keep on going, and how he has grown in this period. And now his injury, he's out for the rest of the season. But of course, this is one when we're thinking we want to have the strongest possible academy. We want to find and develop as many players as possible from the academy, integrate on the 21, integrate to the first team, and of course he's one of the guys. Or the next period we also have to integrate to the first team. Absolutely. Just lastly from me, obviously Zayn got some minutes with the 21s. Is he in a position to be starting games for the first team yet, being in the squad? Like, where's he at in terms of the first team?
I had a good conversation with him yesterday, and I said it was good to see you play against also a strong team from Sheffield United. and he will play again under 21 tomorrow, so he can get more minutes, because as you can also see is long time to go. You have played last time, so you need to get the legs going. You need more intensity. You need to get some more experience, and then we will see if he need another game or he can be integrated after the next one. But it's a dialogue with him, so we do the best possible things for his development.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for your time, Henrik. I'll see you soon. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi Henrik, how's it going?
It's going fine, thank you.
Lovely stuff. I'll be very quick. I just wanted to ask, you spoke about it being a really big summer ahead, and how much of a priority will seniority and experience be, given how reliant you've been on youth this season?
Your question is how
important will experience be this summer? You've used a lot of young players this season.
I think always a mix. If we have 24 players, maybe we have 8 under 21, 8 under 24, and 8 plus 24. But you cannot just say that so exact with numbers, because we don't stay front in the market always. But we need good senior players who can be top of the hierarchy, who can be top performance players in the group. But of course, we also need the young group, and hopefully we have developed a lot of our own guys to be a part of this young group for the next season. And then you need a performance group from 21 to 24. There is machines that can be really strong performance player game by game by game. So experience, of course we need it, but we also need this mid group, what we didn't have this season. And then we need a strong young group with a lot of hunger and a lot of energy and a lot of power. So the mix is necessary.
Definitely. And obviously every week this season, you've been fielding questions about off-field matters, takeover matters. How excited are you on a personal level to be able to just talk about football on a weekly basis? That must be something you're really looking forward to.
Of course, but I think everyone around Sheffield Wednesday looking forward to speaking about the future and have something to looking forward to. So we're all looking forward to the date where the new owner stay with the key in the hand and is ready to do the best for Sheffield Wednesday.
Fantastic. That's it from me. Cheers, Henrik.
Thank you so much.